How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and I just wanted to talk about a couple of problems that are emerging with Modern Warfare, mainly the the multiplayer. Obviously the campaign's pretty damn good, but the problem is camping on, like, just sitting in a doorway like that. They can hear your footsteps, and there's just no reason not to camp for these fucking lazy bastards. Like, that's it, it's just, they all just stand somewhere aiming out a doorway. And the way the maps have been designed, like, the maps aren't bad, but they favour campers. They've designed it really badly, as in the sense of, like, when I look out here, there's like 15 different places I can get shot from, and I can't cover and aim every single one. So in other words, as soon as you push up, you're 90% likely to be the one that'll die, and there'll just be somebody hard scoping out a window. It's even worse than like Black Ops 4. The campers are just obsessed, and it isn't just me that thinks it. I've figured this out in about day 2. If you listen, I could hear his footsteps just by the time he's about jumping on my head, whereas they can hear me from a bloody mile away. I'll show you in a sec. This is another bad thing. One hit marker and I'm dead, and he's got a fully automatic weapon. I don't even know if that's hacking or what, but I've noticed it a couple of times. I've never had a one-shot kill with a weapon. He's just sitting in a dead-end pantry. As soon as I spawn, he can hear me running in before I'm even close to him. I can't hear people until they pretty much jump on me. But yeah, there's just no reward for not camping. Like, there's no reason for me to push a building. You see there, I'm running to the building. He can hear me, if you watch. Now. I'm that far away and he can hear me, he just pokes his head out. And because he's sat in that building, he'll have claymores down. There's probably a couple of them in there. And then that's it. It's like every angle you approach from, they can hear you, they shoot you. And I can't hear the enemy's footsteps very well, but my own team and my own footsteps are like as you're walking along, and it's like the balance is all wrong for campers. Here I just spawn dead in seconds, and somehow this is where I think hacks. Look, he's aiming already, like he knows I'm coming up the stairs when I've only just spawned there. I don't know if it is hacks, I'm not saying it definitely is. There's a couple of things I've seen a few people do some definite like auto aim onto people. Yeah, and that's the main problem the game's having. Like, I don't really know what they could do to fix it, as in, well, I do know quite a few things they could do to fix it. I'm probably going to make a separate video. So you get a few lucky breaks like that where you hear them at the right time. Right, listen to this. Not a sound. I know I was flashbang. Now listen to his footprints. Not a sound. As soon as I'm dead, he goes stomping off. So it's like, they're like silent before they kill me, and then once I'm dead, they go back to normal. There, again, I just spawned, and look, straight away, there's my yellow thing. He can hear me running. Bang. But I can't hear him until I'm right near him, so again, spawn, dead. I can't hear him running at me, and I'm in spawn as well, but he can hear me. The second I appear on the map, you can see their guns swing round because they can hear me. And I've seen other people say this as well online. Like, I've seen a lot of videos come online recently, so I know it's not just me. I've not watched... I watched a bit of one that wasn't really, like, talking specifically about this negatively, but they did say in their video that campers is a problem and the sound of their own footprints. And all that's basically happening, I like to run and gun, as a lot of people do. A lot of people do like to camp. Look at this one, I spawn and I die. When the yellow U turns up, I spawn. Now. Dead. The spawns are pretty bad. And yeah, it's basically, instead of going from run and gun, you just end up like this. That's a way back into the map, one of the few ways. And they just hard scope it, and then that's it. You can't really enter the map. This one, I think this is lag. If you look at this, I don't die until my feet hit the floor. Now watch how many times he actually shot me, and how long he had to shoot me.
Enemies in the area!
After watching a kill cam, I was like, Jesus, no wonder I died. I spawn again, run out of here, bang, grenade goes off, I'm dead. And it's like, you just get pinned into a corner. It's sort of spawn trapping, but they also can sit one layer back, and as you're trying to re-enter the map, See him, look, he was laying on the floor, he stood up to shoot us, but all they're doing is laying just out of spawn, and they can hear you. As soon as you start running out of spawn, they know which side you're going to pop out of. I admit that was bad shooting on my part. But look, he's just sitting there. When he hears footsteps, it's like, oh, over there, bang. And that's all that keeps happening. And then, so for the first half of the game, you can see now, we're like losing pretty bad on the score. Just in spawn, die again, because he's sitting at this wall. As soon as he can hear us, he looks around the corner and shoots me.
Enemy UAV overhead.
What ends up happening halfway through the game, you'll suddenly hear all the gunfire die down, spawned, got shot again. There he is, just waiting behind this wall. There's only like 2 ways out of this little section that it keeps spawning us in. And there's so many ways to aim at these 2 bits that every time you peek around the corner, it's like you can't cover all the angles. So, I don't know, it's just... I don't want to knock this game itself too much, because the problem in itself is camping lazy fuckers that just want to boost their score rather than... See there, by the way, that last 20 seconds I was just trying to take the piss of how slow and fucking methodical you have to be. But it becomes boring. You can already hear the amount of gunfire is dying down from everybody, because people on my team are just like, fuck this, what's the point in running in? I may as well just sit there and hard scope on a barrel. I've finally made it into like the middle of the map, and now I'm here. I'm purposely going to be like quite calm, but I need to sort of not move, otherwise they can hear my footsteps. And I don't like doing this. I was making a point at the minute, this is why I've used this video, because I don't like to play like this. It isn't rewarding. That doesn't feel great or anything to me that I just shot a man in the back when I'm hard scoping down a set of stairs. Like my claymore behind me goes off and gets them, and yeah, and then it's like, again, to prove a point, I was like, lay on the floor, hard scope. It's just fucking boring. Like, I've just spawned again through a care package. This guy's popped around the wall. Luckily I managed to shoot him, but it's like, why is it spawning me with a guy on the other side of the wall already waiting for us all to pop out?
Counter UAV on standby.
Like, half the time it never flips the spawn. But then I've also had it every time I use a kill streak that I need to stand there, it flips the spawn on me and I wake up dead, and it's like, I don't know, there's just a lot of weird things about the game, and I know it's not just me saying it anymore. Like, day 1, the game was bloody good, because everyone was running around and having a laugh. By day 2, everybody figured out, well, just sit there and aim at a doorway. Again, dead, that's how quick you die. And all he's doing is running back and forth on this blue container, and you'll see my shadow. So that, and it's like, there's no counter, because the time to die is so fast that you can't react, you can't do anything. And then once their bullets hit you, it stops you from running, so you kind of get locked in place to die. And it's, yeah, like I say, a couple of things they could do to improve it is get more XP for running around. They're just camping in that bit. If any of you that played this, you'll know these are just the typical camper spots. But yeah, like more XP for running around, or make map pings when people camp if they're just going to sit in the same place for ages. There's also, I know it's in terms of realism, but when you're running from outside to inside a darker room, you can't really, the room isn't very well lit up when you're outside. But that means someone can sit in the dark aiming at you and they can see you crystal clear, and because it sort of dimmed that room down to show the difference between light and dark. So I walk out of here, just camping on the stairs. He can hear me already, like, from fucking way in there. Like, see how long he was waiting, because he can hear my footsteps. And yeah, that is just the problem. Like I say, it's not specifically this game, because technically if everybody wasn't camping it wouldn't be a problem. The only thing I am sort of blaming Modern Warfare for, look at that, I shot those 2, a random canister blows up on the floor and kills me, and it gives him the kill. Yeah, the one thing I think Modern Warfare are responsible for, it's like, what were you thinking, assuming everybody wasn't going to become a camping wanker when you make it so rewarding to camp? Well, obviously I'm just used to it now. I pressed L1 because I was trying to self-heal. I've still got Black Ops 4 muscle memory. And that's what you end up doing, is just sort of either running around the map and dying, or you end up sitting in a corner and it's like, if you can't beat them, join them, and then you end up having a boring, slow-paced game where like not a lot's going on anymore. I think this is a bit of a pain. My own team's dropping bombs and it wobbles my screen around, and it's the same when they get one of those VTOL jets. All you can hear above you is and it's like, then you can't hear fuck all. Obviously if it's the enemy's stuff, that's fair enough, but I don't think your own team's kill streak should do stuff like shake the shit out of your screen, because when you're trying to shoot someone, like, it's a pain in the arse that my own team's bombs are sort of ruining my shots. And I'm sure mine does for them, I'm not just saying it for myself, but I think that's another thing they should change. But as far as the actual game goes, it is a pretty damn solid game, and there's not been any glitching really or anything like that, so I'm not knocking the game, it's just they need to figure out a way to not reward the campers, because yeah, it's basically getting a bit ridiculous and repetitive. Like, I've only been playing it less than a week or something, and I'm already sort of getting to the point where, like, I've played this nowhere near as much as I did Black Ops 4 when it came out. And I actually think this is a better put together game than Black Ops 4, so it's just that camping element that, in the end, look, one lucky break, you know, I like to run and gun, so I was like, fuck it, I just ran through no man's land to come and flank them, and I get a frenzy kill, 1, 2, but as you can see, look, I'm now behind them all, because they're all just sat in this building, shooting everybody that's trying to push on the building. It's house clearance 101, bitch. So, yeah, and then now, look, it's like, okay, this is clear, move up again. It's like, I like to keep advancing and trying to push on the enemy, but there's just no reward for doing so. Like, now I got that frenzy kill, which was pretty nice. I started pushing ahead, just guys sitting in there again, sitting in there with a claymore, aiming out, and it's like, you just never have that enough reaction time to get them. By example, just to show you, this is Black Ops 4, just a couple of clips. Like, how much easier people are to sort of see, it's a lot harder to hide, and because it's more colourful, spotting people's pretty easy. You've then got to work out how to hit them, and because there's a longer time to kill, you can actually take bullets, gotcha bitch, and you've got time to react to it. Like, this guy is camping, but there's only one place he can camp down that channel, there's not a million places, same with them. It's like, and you can move up a lot easier and quicker on Black Ops 4 because you can just sort of see where everybody is, and then you have a gunfight and that, and it just, yeah. Call of Duty is supposed to be like an arcade shooter, and it's getting, this one is leaning dangerously close to more like, I've not played it, but Rainbow Siege 6 or whatever it's called. Sniping does feel a lot better on Black Ops 4. The sniping is horrible on Modern Warfare. They've purposely done it, so I think quickscoping's just not even that really worth it anymore. But again, like, I'm about to push in this room. There's 4 people in there. I'm going in with a knife because that's what I like to do. But it's just a lot more like, you can see everybody, you can hit everybody. You've got time to take an injury, and then I'm off. Again, this is like another example. It's sort of, I know some people might say the 3-lane sort of system is a bit boring, but these maps are all just a mad shit show in the end, and it is because people have just taken advantage of camping. So I know I've said the word camping enough times by now, so hopefully you get the point I'm making. If you're watching this, I'm not saying don't get the game, but you ain't gonna be too keen on running and gunning all the time. But they have already improved things. When you hold down the circle, you do a slide. They've tweaked it so that's a lot longer now, so you can slide into cover, because at first it was shocking. This is that kill cam. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I hope it helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with some more stuff.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Didn't even show my last kill.